Well, the United States government is used to declaring war. In fact, we've forgotten how to do anything but declare war. So we have a problem with Ebola. It's a health crisis. So what do? We're sending in the military. I'm not kidding. I'm not making it up. Here, let's go to Associated Press. The Obama administration is ramping up its response to West Africa's Ebola crisis, preparing to assign 3,000 U.S. military personnel to the afflicted region, where they will shoot everyone. Well, you can't get Ebola if you're already dead. Okay, no, we won't be shooting anyone, and it is overall helpful, but it's become comical, right? You know the old saying, if all you have is a hammer, everything looks like a nail? They're like, Ebola, where's the drone strikes? What do we got to do? Who do we got to kill? All right, now in this case, the military is doing positive things, of course. Let's give you the details. Let's be fair and honest here. To supply medical and logistical support, that's part of what they're going to do, to overwhelmed local healthcare systems, and to boost the number of beds needed to isolate and treat victims of the epidemic. That's great. Also, the U.S. effort will include medics and corpsmen for treatment and training engineers to help erect the treatment facilities. Erect? Don't do that, Jack. Don't do that. Okay. To erect the treatment facilities and specialists in logistics to assist in patient transportation. Okay, look, all of that stuff is necessary. It's great. And I love that we're the good guys coming in to help. I know that once we got 3,000 boots on the ground, it's starting to, like, some of the locals might think, like, the U.S.'s military is here and they're here to help us. Well, it's been a long time since that statement was true. And so I understand there might be some skepticism, but in this case, my reading of the stories, of course, we're definitely there to help. It's great. We've in fact reassigned some of the money that we were going to spend in Afghanistan, basically waste in Afghanistan, to actually be useful here in fighting the Ebola epidemic, as much as $500 million. So this is all good news. But like I said, it's a mindset we can't get past. There's nothing that we can't declare war on. So now we go to the White House spokesperson, and AP explains that as well. White House Press Secretary Josh Earnest, responding to criticism that the U.S. needed a more forceful response to the outbreak, said Monday that Obama has identified the outbreak as a top national security priority. Why can't it just be a top health priority? No, in order for it to get any kind of attention in the U.S., it has to be recategorized as a national security policy. And it's been identified as an outbreak that's a security policy issue. Plus, it will have a forceful response. Okay, because you don't want to seem weak against Ebola, because that'll only encourage it. Senator Chris Coons comes in. He's from Delaware. He's a Democrat, and he says, this humanitarian intervention should serve as a firewall against a global security crisis that has the potential to reach American soil. We got to hit Ebola over there before it hits us over here. Everything has to be framed in terms of security, panic. Ebola's coming. I saw the Ebola prayer rugs crossing the border. Okay, and so we got to make sure we strike it over there, and it has the potential to reach here. Everybody panic. Now, look, it's good that we're treating it. Can you just stop talking about it as if it's the Soviet Union? Okay, so no, we can't, because here's another part of the story. The officials said it would take about 2 weeks to get U.S. forces on the ground. Great, now literally boots on the ground. We technically don't have boots on the ground in Iraq and Syria, even though we actually have 1,600 guys, which would make 3,200 boots on the ground. But for Ebola, we've got boots on the ground. And in Ebola, you are served notice, okay? Do not mess with the government of the United States, because we have a long reach and we will come and get you, okay? And once we're done, first of all, we're going to do this to you. What happened now, Ebola? You don't look so tough. And then afterwards, we will declare,
ladies and gentlemen, we got him.